Greetings, Leo. This is your April reading. Thank you for joining me, and thank you to everyone who is new to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Remember to hit the notification button, and that way you will receive all the uploads whenever they arrive. So we will be using these three different decks of cards. This is the John Holland Psychic Tarot. This is the Surrender to Energy, and this is the Gods, Goddesses and Angels cards by Tony Salarino. April is still a fairly intense month. It is actually also the month where we have the religious festivities of Easter. And when we experience these times during the year of any religion's major festivities, we often find that the portal to the spiritual realm is more activated or open, and so we can ourselves become more in tune with spiritual awareness or energies or messages or activations. I've been saying to a lot of the other astrological signs that I've done the readings for to be aware of events that might take place around you, such as strange light anomalies, like you might see little white flickering lights, you might experience light actions in your house, flickerings of lights, things like that, doors opening and closing, hearing unusual messages or having unusual dreams, and experiencing synchronistic events. You might even see visual perceptions of figures of people or animals or energetic things like orbs, situations like that. So just be aware for those and keep a lookout. They're really interesting when you experience things of the, you could say paranormal, but definitely of the celestial or spiritual. Before we move into the reading for April, and we know there's still a lot of planetary alignments taking place, so that we're moving through this new decade of the 20s with great gusto and much change. Change is the main word for the new decade. But I have done some intuitive work for you, and I'll read them out to you as follows. The first bit that came was, you have a dream. Leo, you have a dream, or you are in a dream. It feels as though you could be in a dream, and this could be good or frustrating, and it might be as if it's a groundhog day and you're saying to yourself, I want to get out of this reoccurring dream I'm experiencing, or it feels as if it's like a dream and you can't get out. This could be a theme in your life that you can't escape from or move away from or get rid of somehow. There also feels to be a degree of somber or formal energy or activity around you. Perhaps some of you are attending serious things or events or experiencing serious situations. And this doesn't mean all bad, but it means that somehow it's shaping your future and who you are. So for some of you, these serious events or situations could be attending formal gatherings, meetings, inaugurations, cappings, university degrees, or going to become a new citizen of a country. You may have immigrated and you are applying to become a new citizen, or some of you are applying or going through the final throes of being something like a police person or a doctor or something along those lines. But there feels a degree of somber seriousness attached to the weight of April for you, and I think it takes you a long way into your future. I've also said listen to the cosmos and listen to the messages coming in. Listen to what you hear people say as well. And then I wrote, I'm honestly feeling as if some of you are in some sort of somber church or state service for some reason. Maybe it's a dedication of sorts, as I've kind of mentioned that before. So you'll have to see how April goes, or whether you've got plans to be attending anything like that, or whether you're invited to events like that, or whether you speak at them or you sing at them or you're part of the planning of them. The other thing that came up was maybe some of you are going through a change of house or neighborhood or state or country, and feeling more secure is on your mind. So as if you want to feel more secure, or you're looking, how do I feel more secure? Some of you might be thinking of travel, and this may be because you feel as though you have to leave something, like get away from something. And if you do, if you're feeling as though you need to leave or travel or move away, and that could be metaphysical more than actual physical travel, but leaving something behind or someone behind, at this point in time, if you do it, it is likely to work well and be productive, in as much as it could be very settling for you, and it could create harmonious, positive energies out of whatever change it is you're thinking of doing. So quite a bunch of formal messages I felt. I sort of was sitting here thinking, whoa, you're really quite serious with these messages for Leo. So let's see what else is coming to mind with this. We see that Saturn moves into Aquarius, I think, temporarily after moving out of Capricorn just for a while before it retrogrades back into Capricorn. So it gives us an idea of where we will be heading with thoughts, ideas and energies towards the end of 2020. And of course, Saturn is a planet of learning, hard work, quite a somber planet, quite a serious planet. And so serious and somber activities or ideas can take shape when Saturn is kind of ruling the energies. So this first card out, the Four of Wands, is actually a really positive card, and this card did come out before when I was working with you at the intuitive level, and I thought I need to pull a card to see what this message is all about for Leo. And it wasn't this deck, it was a different deck, but the Four of Wands popped out. So that's twice it's actually come out. And that's why I said some of you might be moving or shifting house, and it could be more fortuitous for you one way or another. And we see here it says foundation and achievements as well on this card. It is one of the blessed cards in the deck, and it is one of feeling safe, of nurtured, of protected, of positivity. When you have moved from something that has been out of harmony into more harmony and feeling safe in particular. Sometimes this can be leaving something behind that has been out of balance or has caused a fractured feeling or physicality within a relationship or family. And this can sometimes mean new families, so the bonding of extended families or blended families, moving into a new home, even buying a new home for some of you. And I thought in one part of the message, I thought some of you may be making a dedication. It may be a dedication of sorts, and I wondered if for some of you that dedication may have been like a request for someone to marry you or move in with you or share your life with you. Oh goodness. They're just coming out, and in fact, while I was shuffling the deck earlier for you, they just kept popping out the whole time. I had trouble containing them. And what I'm watching in the background on my computer, well, it's not what I'm watching, but I often have really beautiful meditational music going when I'm doing the reading so that I'm really tuned in intuitively. And the most bizarre one that I've ever seen, I've never watched it before, it's all about planets, and there's Saturn in line, and then this big Leo lion's head pops up in it. I'll give you the link at the bottom of the video, but it seems really deeply connected to what I'm talking to you about, and it feels as though it's a very cosmic reading, and it's quite somber, and it's extending itself out, and it's talking about the planet alignments. So there's something in here for you. I feel this April reading is far deeper and greater. It may even be that April is a portal in time where you are juxtapositioned into a large pattern of your future. So you are able to see intrinsically where your future is taking you. And maybe that's what the somberness was about, and what that feeling of getting out of a dream, or experiencing a dream, because it's almost a dream of your future or a dream of what could be. This is really intense. I feel like I'm trapped in some sort of thing, like as if I'm not here in this reading, as if I've been removed somewhere. It's actually a really neat feeling. It's very, very connected, but disconnected from the here and now. So some of you may really experience this in April, I think. These two cards jumped onto the floor just as I was trying to shuffle them, and they are major arcanas. So the first one, of course, is number 17, which is the Star, and the next one is number 3, which is the Empress. The Star is a magnificent card, and the word he has on it is hope. So he projects this feeling of hope, and hope tells us that if we are pondering about the future or an outcome that we are unsure of, or something we doubt, or something we ponder couldn't happen, or something we want to happen, hope and dreams are the things that inspire these to take action. So it's an incredibly powerful card, and it shines its light on every other aspect or dynamic of what is going on around you at this time, and to apply hope with it. The Star card also often refers to feeling the connection of the celestial around you, such as guardian angels, higher guides, ascended masters, angelic beings. And if you look into this card, just in here in the background, there is this strange little figure of a shadowy figure, as if it's a celestial being that has moved into the light. So I often find that you are either very protected at this time, or you receive messages or insights or awareness from the higher self, from the third eye, from the psychic self, and from celestial realms, which we did talk about at the beginning as well. The fertility card, exactly as it says on the card, this is a period of fertility, so it can be conception of a pregnancy. It can also be conception of new ideas, of growth, of learning, of expansion of the heart and the mind, also expansion in the physical, such as of the family. So some of you may even find your family is expanded through an unusual situation, such as an adoption, or blending in with a new family, or taking someone on board who needed hope in their life, and you sort of become a nurturer, because this is what the Empress is. She nurtures life, and she brings situations, people, energies, everything back to life as well. So if there has been something stagnant or lacking or decaying or falling apart, she can bring it back to a healthy, wholesome energy field again. She has this glowing orb with this card in her heart, so the heart is always affected when she's around at this point. And given that the Star is also this bright shining orb and giving so much energy through to this reading, and right now, as I say, I'm out in the universe while I'm doing this for you. I'm not grounded in earth. I'm way up in the celestial realms, and I have no idea why I picked this particular meditational music to put on, but it's so powerful. There's something that is all encompassing in the energy that's coming through this reading for you guys, and I hope you can feel it at the other end. I hope you're getting some of the energy waves that are coming in for you. Now the other thing too is there can be a healing of the heart at this time. Something that may have fractured or been in pain could be undergoing healing, and this could be partly due to karmic issues or situations that are finally, when we said at the beginning, I'm in this never-ending dream, it's Groundhog Day. This might be the crux point where there's an opportunity to move on, to allow the healing, to allow the forgiving, and move on from it. Also watch heart health. It's either your own or someone close to you. Or you may also, thank you, have had someone pass over from a heart attack or something in the chest or lungs in this area. Sometimes this is breast cancer for women, and this is them in here wanting to speak to you or be with you or send you their love. And that's what I said at the beginning. These times around Easter, Christmas, and other religions that have their festive times as well, we can feel this intense energy from the celestial or spiritual realm, because these portals are so thin. And right now in this reading, the portal literally doesn't exist. It's gone. It's so wide open. So within this reading, I think there's going to be some very personal messages for some of you, some really deep personal interactions with perhaps passed over people that you have loved dearly. And I feel that a lot of you during the month of April may experience a connection with them one way or another. So I've said this to you before, watch in your homes for electrical activity or abnormalities. Watch for white lights flickering. Go out at night. I've just had this message in the night skies when it's clear, and look up at the skies and see if you can see any unusual activity, because I think some of you are going to. Wow, this reading is it's surreal. It's definitely not in the here and now. There's another one jumped off. So the waiting game is a timing card. It is the Two of Wands. It can be talking about a career. So for some of you, maybe waiting on things that are coming about your career unfolding. We have 2 4s and 2 3s at the moment, and a 2 in here going on. So there's a numbering pattern coming in, whether 4s and 3s have got something to do with it, or whether they add up to the 7 and have something to do with it. But timing wise, there might be a timing situation around you, something you are waiting on. The universe is saying, well, you just have to wait and be a little bit more patient, but also keep things in balance and perspective, because the Star card is also a little bit about balance, and so is this card. So those two are bringing in a degree of some sort of balance. The balance could be a timing issue, or it may be more of a balance your mind, balance your body, balance your soul. Be prepared to see what's above and below. See how there's a tree up here in this timer, but there's also one down here, but we generally don't see it. So they're saying look above and look below. As is above, so is below. Oh my God, and we're back out in space again. I can't actually decipher the messages for you. I think that this reading's taken me such a long way out. I'm struggling here to the messages are so big that are coming in. I can't quite fathom them all. I might be able to tie them together more as the reading goes on, but this one is really this is just coming from such a far away place in the cosmos. There's something deep even in this card with this as is above, so is below. Let's get to these ones. Discontent and boredom, that's the 4 of Cups, and this is the 3 of Cups, rejoice and celebration. So there's something in here. We've talked about celebration before. We've talked about being with people or being in a happier place. Perhaps moving from this place into this happiness. There is a degree of sharing time with people in April and being around people whose company you enjoy, or vice versa, they enjoy your company. There is an offer for some of you, or you're putting forward an offer, and somehow this does involve love at the heart level. So for some of you, this may be a really powerful time to connect with love and what it has to offer and how you feel about love. There may also be something about rethinking some of the things that you do in life or how you view certain aspects. You may find that you have been a little bit, feeling a bit half-hearted, half and half about some relationships in your life. You may have felt they weren't giving you enough depth or enough buoyancy or enough interaction, but they do. Somewhere along the line you may be missing something within some relationships. So reconsider something about some relationships around you that are more supportive and nurturing than I think you understand. Not all of your relationships that you have been pondering upon are necessarily causing you concern or bothering you. Some of them are very, very deeply supportive and connective for you, but you just might not feel that. What else now? I'm landing again a little bit. I've come back into the here and now. And a bit of anxiety, memories of love, the Tower, and love begins. So we've got a lot of feelings of love that have come through. If you see all the green borders in the cards here, these are all the cup cards. So love was quite prevalent, and also the love or the heart healing in the fertility card. So there's something in here about relationships and about the healing of them, or the moving on with them, or the re-establishment of them. This is reconnection of old love and going back in time, definitely to celebrate perhaps with people that you may not have seen for some time. Things like school reunions, catching up with friends and family members you haven't seen for a long time, going back to fondly remember your childhood. And that's where we had that deja vu or Groundhog Day feeling coming. There's still something connected to that message in here, but somehow, and there's the disconnect and boredom, or discontent and boredom, somehow for you guys working through this Groundhog Day or trying to get out of some going around in circles issue is actually more positive than you think. There's more benefits for you, and it's karmic, and it goes a long, long way back. And I think now is a great time to allow heart healing and forgiveness. And this is the Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts. This is the Ace of Cups. Truly benevolent, beautiful, magnificent, spiritually gifted, high vibrational card to come into a reading. There's so much love and connection and growth and spirituality. Everything in this reading is here for you to work through, because there is a lot going on. We haven't even talked about this. This is transformation. This is the Death card. And it comes when we are ready to move into a whole new paradigm of life, of understanding. So sometimes this is when we drop something off and we move away from it. And this could be the somber feeling that's been floating through the background, this kind of metaphysical shift even. If it wasn't a literal or physical shift, it's been a metaphysical shift of your mind or your soul or your belief systems or how you feel about where you are in life. This card here, you know, the love begins, really emblazons this energy here of the happiness within your physical life, and also the Star card, which embellishes this whole energetic vibration of light and love and harmony and bliss. You know, there's some power within these two rainbows here interacting so beautiful together, and then merging into this amazing golden orb of light just flushing through everything. April portends for you guys to be something powerful and magical. And if you don't feel it in the physical, in the here and now, it's in the background happening for you. You have to dig deep. You know, when you get readings that are as weird as this, and believe me, this is really weird, this is out there, you need to listen to the messages taking place, because something is changing. Something in the background of your DNA, your genetic life structure is changing, and it's powerful, and there's a lot of amazing scope within it. So let's just see, these are the gods, goddesses and angels cards. We'll see what's coming through here. Although you've had such a beautiful reading even from those John Holland ones, that you know, I still think it needs time spent on it. It needs energy, it needs thought, contemplation, activation on all of the messages that came from within here. And the things that I've said are only a fraction of what it could be hinting at or suggesting or opening up for you. So this is for Leo. For April. Just a few more shuffles, not so many jumping out. There were a few that jumped out at the beginning, but God of reflections, exactly. The qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. I'm going to read from the book for that one. I will just see if we've got one more, because I feel as if there is a lot of messages here for you to reflect upon. And I just kind of said that. I said it's going to take time and energy and effort for you guys to actually connect with the reading and sort it out at your own personal level. The angel of prayer asks the universe and angels for help and guidance. That's fairly obvious and simplistic in its message. The goddess of compassion. Self-criticism is diminishing your sense of worth. So if any of you are in the situation where you have been criticizing yourself at all, remember the words that you focus on are what you draw into your life. So focusing on the more positive and powerful aspirations and walkways forward, and putting your dreams into place of the positive stuff you want in life. And these are powerful times right at the moment. We can manifest more now than we've been able to do in the past. So taking the opportunity to really dig deep into what you want and trying to manifest it, and connecting with the celestial way up here in the cosmos and out in the universe. And I said that was one of your intrinsic messages. Listen to what the cosmos is saying, listen to the messages around, because they will help get you out of a place of self-criticism or low self-esteem, if that has happened. And it may have happened through relationships that have not been overly positive. That was the oddest thing. I don't know if that just filmed, but my camera just completely stopped and shut down when, well, maybe even while I was shuffling. And this is the last card of your reading to come out, and it's surrender to spirit. And we've been talking about this so much. I have turned the camera back on now, so we will read for you what it says. Once you have done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine. Let spirit work its magic for you. And it did, it just worked, in as much as, remember at the very beginning I said, you may find electrical anomalies in this month of April. And you can find that too in lights going on and off, but other things, your phone playing up, camera recordings. Well, the camera just stopped. It just doesn't do that. It just stopped. So, and I said to you, it's a very powerful reading. It's not so much me that's doing this. It's very cosmically centered, and there's a lot of spiritual essence in here, and they literally just turned the phone off. And that makes me definitely feel it's associated with someone who's passed over as well, who's wanting to get a message through. So I don't know how many of you are in that situation where you may have been there may have been a passed over person that you didn't necessarily get to say the things you wanted to do before they passed over. It could have been like a family member or a grandparent or a parent or a sibling, and there may have been some animosity going on. Well, it wants to be healed, and now is the time to allow that magic to occur, to allow healing for you and the passed over person. I mean, this is really deep stuff, and it's just like, whoa, it wants to be said. Anyhow, Leo, I'm going to stop there because I think that's more than enough for all of you and for myself for this reading. Remember this last card, see the light coming through and the message, and allow the magic to thread its way into your life. So really stunning, amazing, weird as, wackadoodle, beautiful reading for you guys. Please check your moon and rising signs, although to be fair, I doubt that they're going to be quite as out there as this one and quite as exciting. So thank you again for subbing. I love it when you leave your comments as well. There's a lot of things in here that I would love to know if any of you have experienced what I was talking about, and if they have personal references to any of you. So blessings to you all. Wish you all a happy Easter, even if you're not religious. May the white light surround you, and may you feel the light of love. Namaste.